Hello beautiful souls, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I am your host Anu, and this is a reading for October 2021, general reading. This is a pick a card format. If you're looking for individual horoscope or zodiac sign, I'll post that separately in a few days, but a lot of people prefer to just get a pick a card so we can look at the broader energies and not be boxed into our signs. Okay, so this one, I was looking, it's interesting, just for a quick intro, we're using the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck today, which is rare. It's like I bring it out once in a blue moon. I mostly use it for spirit readings only or spirit messages, but hey, lo and behold, for a monthly tarot, this deck really wanted to come out and talk. So we're gonna have interesting messages today. I am excited for that. So go ahead and make a choice. There are three options over here. Of course, you can choose multiple. The first option over here is number 41, the rainbow. That's pile one. Then option number 2, we have the Pachamama. Number 40. Again, use your intuition. I will walk you through the meanings of these cards, but what do you get called to? And then option number 3, we have the Andean cross, which is number 2. Okay, so those are your options. Go ahead and make a selection and I will see you right there. Hi pile 1, this is for those of you who chose the rainbow card. Number 41. Again, these are from the Mystical Shaman Oracle. And as I said, if you missed the intro, these tend to have pretty big meanings. And for some reason, this deck really wanted to come out and talk to us today for October energies. And this one, if you were drawn to this particularly, it talks about good things coming. It talks about all is well. And usually, if you think about rainbows, they appear after a storm, right? When, you know, there's a heavy storm, there's rainfall, and all of a sudden things calm down and the sun starts to come up. And that's when we see the rainbow. So it represents you know, ending of a tough cycle and coming into, it's like almost closing and tying up loose ends. The 7 colors of the rainbows also talk about or refer to the 7 chakras in our body. So it's like the, you know, the steps to ascension, essentially. So balancing our chakras. If some of you have been doing that, you know, really kudos. And if you're curious, just look into it, what that means. And it's just like feeling very balanced emotionally, physically, and mentally in our bodies. It is also kind of like the bridge between the physical and the spiritual world. Okay, so there's definitely some sort of spiritual awakening or ascension happening within you, even if you don't associate with those terms, and that's totally okay, right? It's just like leveling up in our life. That's what's coming, especially for those who've been feeling under a lot of pressure. So I do want to read the invitation from the book for this, because they have you know, deep messages. So this is your card, and the invitation is: the rainbow tells you that the end of the storm is near. Persevere and remember that it is darkest before the dawn. Do not give up hope. Things are about to take a positive turn. Listen for the morning rooster that announces the coming of the dawn, even when the light is still darkest. But do not claim victory yet, or let your guard down fully. Okay, so again, that last sentence there just like tells us, okay, there's just a little bit of like tying of the loose ends, is what I was picking up early on. So all around good news. It's going to be a good month where you will feel but I feel like the sense of liberation, the message of liberation is coming through for those of you who picked this pile, of course. But overall, this cycle is ending, right? We're coming into the end of the storm, and there'll be a lot of bliss and happiness overall. Okay, so with that, and just quickly, it boils down to a 5, which is about changes and growth that comes from change, and 5 is also a number of freedom. So if you have a life path 5, you know, you will go through those changes throughout your life, but the essence is freedom and growth and change. So that's what this represents. I think that may summarize pretty much the next chapter of your life. So let's see. Ooh, which reminds me, you may want to check out my what's the next chapter pick a card reading. That had some really good messages in there. Okay, so let's get into our mind body spirit spread. As always, we're going to look into what's happening in your mental body, your emotional body and in your spirit. All right, so let's take this, what you're thinking about. The mental energies, we have the stork. So this is again movement, this is new beginnings, changes, also migration, because the stork is why would it keep moving like that? It really wants to move. So some of you really want to move. It's a migratory bird, so it could also mean for some of you who are thinking through actually moving. We'll look into tarot for clarification. In your heart space, you have the writer. This is almost like news that you're waiting on, or something heartwarming, a news or a message that you're waiting on, maybe like an offer that you're waiting on that would make you really happy. That's in the emotional body. And then in your soul, we have the grave, which is ending old patterns and beginning new. This is, I mean, amazing. 8th house energy, scorpionic energy. And we have the 9 of diamonds, which is the 9 of pentacles. So many messages coming through with this just one card. This is similar to the death and rebirth energy. 9 of Pentacles talks about independence, freedom, confidence, growth, okay? But overall, ending old patterns and starting new, ending a whole lifestyle, I'm hearing for some of you that's going through. So maybe the storm or whatever the pressure may have been has kind of shown you what your authentic self really wants to be, and that's what's in the soul position over here. Okay, so let's clarify with the tarot and see what the stork represents. Let's look at the mental body first. What energies are available to you at this time, or what are you thinking about? And remember, these are general, so just take what resonates, forget the rest. It is for a large collective. And also the intent is always to how do we make use of the energies and not the other way around. This does not dictate your destiny, okay? Your free will does. So some of you really needed to hear that. So we have the 7 of Pentacles, working hard, looking for results, evaluating whatever you've been working on. Has it been worth it or not? Should you stay or should you go? You know, again, it could be job, relationship, or place. You have the 6 of Cups, thinking through past connections, or, you know, even our own childhood or own joy that made us really happy and fulfilled in life. And we'll go through this. And then we have the High Priestess. So a lot of inner evaluation happening in your mind. So you may be up late at night. I'm hearing for some of you, you have the Major Arcana High Priestess. This is a Pisces energy to me. And then you have earth, water, and water. There's a lot of emotional thoughts that you may be experiencing or thinking through at this point, all from a perspective of, I feel, a movement forward with the stork coming up. And this is about the 7 of Pentacles really talks about evaluating everything that we've been doing. Is that keeping us happy or not? The 7 of Pentacles is an energy of patience, a lot of patience when things take a really long time, and oftentimes things are not visible to us, because you see, when we plant the seed and we just nurture it, we don't see it, right? We don't see it until the sapling actually comes out, and oftentimes we worry, is this going to bring us the fruit or not? Should we continue? Should we stay? Should we go? As I was saying before. And with that evaluation, it's also, if this has been taking way too long, you're also evaluating, like, all right, you may have started something because you were really emotionally tied to it or excited about it, but do you really feel the same way about it now? So whatever this is, a relationship, a job, a profession, a business, or a house, right? A location. Is this actually bringing you joy? Because the focus is really what brings you sheer, pure joy in its purest form as a child. For some of you, this could also be relating to reconnecting, because the 6 of Cups is about reconnecting with our old connections. Does not have to be romantic, but can be. So our friends, let's say, from college or childhood, or, people that we used to work with before, where we had a very good connection. So thinking through that, and then really trying to listen to your inner calling with the High Priestess showing up. The High Priestess is really like, you may feel some sensations in your third eye, in your forehead area, but the crown is really lit for her. She holds the wisdom within. It's not about the gender, but The High Priestess energy is all about you have the answers within. You don't need to look anywhere else. You don't need anybody's permission to choose the path. If you choose to stay and invest and wait for it, do it as long as it makes you happy. You know that within you. But if it's absolutely, if you're feeling miserable and whatever this is, it's taken away your happiness, the High Priestess in you knows that it's time to walk away from it, right? So this message is so broad, I'm feeling, and there's such a mix of you watching this, that it's gonna all depend on you. Whatever you choose is the right path. If you choose to stay and invest, that's the right path, as long as it's driven by your inner happiness. If you choose to migrate away, be the stork and move and start something new, it's all good as long as it makes you happy. Okay, so that's what you have to hone in on. It's kind of your mind, controlling your mind and not the other way around, not having your mind control you. I really like this because there's a lot of evaluation, both logical with the materialistic logic over here with the pentacles, and then also emotional. So are the things that I'm invested, I don't know why the word invested keeps coming, are the things that I'm invested in, are they giving me, are they going to bear fruit and fulfillment? Either or neither. And that's what you're going to make the decision on. Wow, that got big. I knew we're using with the decks we have today, I knew the messages are going to be big. So I hope you're comfortable. Sit back and enjoy. So let's see what this writer is about. I will say, okay, I will say there are two big energies here of movement. I mean, not big, but clear. Stork is about movement. Rider is also about movement. This person is on a horse. This is like a messenger or a knight. And then there's also the gray, which is ending old cycles. This could very well be for some of you moving locations or moving jobs or something like that. Absolutely. You have the World, another major arcana that talks about ending old cycles and stepping through a completely new portal. So your heart space in your emotional body, you're ready, okay, and you are aware that something needs to end, something needs to change. It might as well be a lifestyle, a pattern, you know, a health routine you may have started, because we're still in Virgo season. And Virgo is the sixth house, always talks about work-life balance. What type of health and job routines do we have? Are we taking care of ourselves? For myself personally, that was a big one, because it made me change significantly how much attention I paid to how I was feeling, and not just work. So that is also like ending an old cycle and beginning new, just as an example. And then you have the King of Wands, taking action. We have action here, and then one more. Let's see for the heart space. We have the Seven of Wands, more fire energy, building our boundaries, holding our ground. We have two sevens already at the table. Okay, so see, you have two sevens, you have two nines here. So if you're seeing number synchronicities or repeating numbers, you have the King of Pentacles at the bottom. You may want to go check out my repeating numbers reading. That may have a message for you. If you see like 777 or 555, that may have some messages for you. But here in the heart space back here, ending old cycles, okay, moving forward, building your life the way you want to with the King of Wands. It's a lot of fire energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then we also have more fire energy here with the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands is here. This is where you know you no longer need to look at other people or defend yourself against other people. Turn your head away. Turn your head away. No need to pay attention to all these wands that seem like they're just pointing fingers at you. That is not what your purpose is. Your purpose is to focus on your own journey. You see how our heart chakra is lit up. Focus on your own sanity, on what you want to be, and build this, you know, bubble of spiritual protection around you, and claim your independence, claim your own space. There is no need to actually give your energy off to people who just question you, okay? That's just not advised at all here, because you are the King of Wands, okay? Ready to take charge, ready to move forward, and these karmic cycles, if there are any, and walk away from them, okay? You will know what area this applies. I mean, it is a general, but I feel people moving. It just keeps coming through. So, okay, what's happening in the soul? Yeah, look at that. Three of Swords with the Death energy, so ending all the heartache. We're moving away from old heartaches where we've been hurt in the past. This could be disappointments for some of you. This could actually be a love relationship that didn't work out right. So it could be a literal romantic heartbreak, but for quite a few of you, what I'm picking up is that, you know, again, this could be a separation as well with the Death and the Three of Swords showing up here. But this can also be career, something that you had, you know, worked really hard towards and never got that promotion, and you made the decision to move on to another company or start your own business. Apply as it fits, but your soul is ready to end this chapter. We have the Two of Wands expansion. So this is, again, make a call. Do not be at a standstill. You have the world at your fingertips. Look at how the world is right here. She's holding one staff and the other is resting. So it's almost like you've done the hard work, okay? You've accomplished enough or whatever you needed to in this lifetime. Now it's your choice where you head forward, but the point is to actually make a choice. Again, more wands, more fire showing up here. So make a choice and not be in a stagnant energy. There's just some loose ends that may need to be tied up. We also got that from the rainbow energy before. And once you do that, step into Four of Wands. This is also my 1111 card. So if you're seeing repeating ones or 11s, again, go check out that reading. But this talks about absolute happiness in home and family arena, feeling completely aligned, completely satisfied, and very content with life overall. That's what your soul is asking. Is like, you know, walk away from these things that don't make you happy anymore or take away your energy. You know, look to where you want to expand and keep in mind what lines with you, what makes you truly happy, and then just go with that and take that action and build around it. And again, you have more fire at the bottom of the deck. Knight of Wands, which is a very fiery, passionate energy. This person wants to just charge ahead, take, you know, life in their own hands and build a life that they wanted. Again, another in this deck. Again, 4 wands show up here, which looks like the 4 of wands here or the 1111 energy. So definitely some sort of ascension in this group happening. So enjoy it, own it, you know, just honor your truth and everything will fall into place. It is time where things are coming to a close. The storm is passing. So let's close out your energy. Pile 1. This is beautiful with an Archangel Oracle message. And see what they have to say. Who wants to come and talk to you today? This one is standing out. We have, what did I say? Take back your power. What stands true to yourself? Archangel Raziel saying, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Take back your power. This is so divinely guided. Like whatever you're working on, I like how I just put it right next to the 7 of Wands. Again, turn your head away from people, things, places that just don't resonate with you. Do not give your energy. Take your power back. Look towards the action that you want to take and what cycles you want to wrap up and build your life the way you want to, okay? So powerful, powerful month. I wish you much love and light. If you need a personal reading, it is down at the bottom of the screen and also in the description box. If not, I will see you in the next one. I wish you much love and light. Take care. Hi, pile 2. This is for those of you who chose the second option, which is Pachamama. Let me bring the card up to you. There's the imagery. So sometimes the image also has a lot of messages in it. It's 40, which boils down to a 4. If you missed the intro, by the way, I'm using the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I rarely bring this out. I use this for heavy spiritual messages, but for some reason this deck really wanted to come out. So the first pile was pretty deep. Let's see what we have. It's been good, it's been fun, but let's just talk about it. I'll give you the essence, and I also want to read the invitation from the card to you. So Pachamama really is actually Gaia, okay? Mother Earth, and you know, she represents unconditional love for Earth, for its children, everything on Earth, plants, animals, stones, you name it, humans, right? So she's goddess Earth, and you know, she is the creator of the planet. So when this card shows up, this is really kind of talking to us or calling us to get into that unconditional love for ourselves and also for other things on the planet. So let me just read you the invitation while you can look at the imagery. The invitation says, you are a child of the earth. Now is the time to eat right, love right, and be joyous, regardless of the circumstances you may find yourself in. Be grateful for your life, your body, and all that nourishes you. Pachamama invites you to relish each breath, embrace your joy and your pain equally, and discover love through both. Let Pachamama know how much you appreciate all her blessings with an act of service, such as planting a tree, helping save an endangered species, or protecting the ocean. So again, you may also have heavy earth placements in your chart, so Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or you may have planets in those placements overall. So it is, earth to me is also, I think the message of like eating right and living right is a big one, because if you've been feeling a little off kilter in terms of your personal health, again, I was just telling the other pile, we are still in Virgo season, which is the 6th house and talks about health and fitness along with our day-to-day job, right? So the daily routine is an important area when we are in Virgo season. Again, we're coming into Libra, so balancing all of that out, some of you may really need to look at your health and fitness and lifestyle routines overall as well. If not, again, spend time in nature. That's the easiest thing you can do to just feel more connected and grounded and happy. Okay, all right, whew, big start. So let's get into our mind, body, spirit spread and see what's going on in your mental body, in your emotional body, and in your spirit. We're going to draw 3 Lenormand cards, and then for each we'll do 3 tarot to clarify. Okay, so we have the letter in your mental body, which is number 27, adds up to a 9. So letters to me are offers. So we're gonna use tarot to see, are you waiting on some offer? Are you waiting on a perhaps a love offer? Who knows? In your heart space you have the ring. A ring is about commitments, it's about long-term relationships or things for the long haul. It does not have to be romantic, but can also be actually like a job offer, something, or starting a business that we are committed to for a long time. And let's see what's happening in your soul. Ah, lucky, luck turning. Also, this is leaves, so again, Gaia showing up again in your reading. So you have the clover, very, very nice. It's the luckiest card in the deck. I love that for you. So very interesting. Okay, so let's see. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the lilies. Lilies is all about harmony. You know, again, joy, love, compassion. Also can talk about harmony with, you know, if you have elders in your home, especially around that, that can also happen. But let's see what we have. So let's use tarot in the mental body. Again, remember, these are general, these are energies for you to use, not the other way around. This does not dictate what your outcome would be. Outcome is based on your free will. So when so many flip over, I'm just going to take the first one. We have the Hanged Man. Yeah, looks like, you know, something you're waiting on. Major Arcana. Just quickly looking at the others, we have Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, and King of Cups. So far looking like a career thing, but let's see what else comes out with the letter. What is happening in your conscious mind, in your conscious energies, what you're thinking about. You have the Two of Wands, expansion, growth, maybe feeling at a standstill at this point, and then you have the Knight of Wands. So there is okay, this is very interesting because there's a very clear fiery energy here of wanting to move forward. You may be feeling at a standstill right now and feeling like things are just not falling into place, or waiting. So that's what I'm getting over here. There is a little bit of wait happening here, perhaps waiting on an offer. This could also be like if you're moving to another place, you're very excited about it and you want to take the jump, move, but you know, the contract hasn't come in or the approval hasn't come in. Something like that, where there are elements out of your control because of which you're kind of being called to surrender. The Hangman energy really is that of surrender, of slowing down and let the universe do its magic and just stay your course, you know, utilize the time for yourself. Yes, the Two of Wands I do get can be a little bit of a standstill energy, being at the, you know, a fork in the road. So with all this showing up in your mental body, what you may be thinking about is like, how do I take advantage of this? I'm so excited. I really want to move forward, but things are just not falling into place. What do I do? I feel in limbo. So that's the overall energy. Apply it to whichever area or scenario it fits in your life. But that's something that you may be thinking about this month. In your heart space, you have the Ring, as we said. Look at the card, it's so beautiful. So it really talks about commitment, about proposal. So proposal is coming through. So maybe I don't know why I keep getting like the home energy, wanting to move to a new home where you're waiting on a contract, or, you know, like your offer to be accepted, anything like that. Or this, as I said, could also be a job that makes you really happy. So let's see what else. Or of course, you know, being proposed to or proposing to someone. Duh, that's the, you know, the literal meaning of the card. So let's see what's happening in your heart space. You have the Empress, Major Arcana, Mother Gaia. Mother Gaia showing up for you again. This is a powerful group. You're being encouraged to like really be grounded at this time, and for some of you, I think changing your diet may really help, or like taking more walks in nature or spending time in water. That could really help. Well, just like gardening or cooking, anything that brings you close to Gaia. She showed up twice for you so far. And we have another Major Arcana, the World, ending old cycles, beginning new. Wow, okay. Spirit, give us one more. What is this about? This is almost like a complete Five of Swords with some mental agony, some mental confusion that's happening, that's clouding. It's almost like stressing over the little details of what you want to change, because there's some big changes that your heart is ready to make. And it's like, you know, in your heart of hearts, you know how they use that expression, you know it in your heart of hearts that something needs to change. For quite a few of you, I'm getting this is a commitment to self. Okay, I think the story really shifted here. This is a commitment to self, where you want to thrive and grow and build your life the way you want to, for which you have to end old patterns, right? And with Gaia showing up again, health and fitness, taking care of yourself. We come to Earth in one vessel. Okay, this is literally, it's just like, ooh, all the cards are just like spreading. This is literally just one body we come here with. And our first mission is actually to take care of the vessel we arrived in order to do other things, right? So if we are not even taking care of ourselves, how do you expect to take care of others? So that's coming through very interestingly, very strongly for this group. But for others of you, for those who've been single, okay, let's take it on a lighter note. You've been single, you've been waiting on that offer coming through. Your heart is really ready to commit to this person or to this connection. Definitely want to grow and expand. The family bring, you know, a third into the picture. This can be a child, it can be an animal, could be blending of families. We're ending your single days, but then of course it also comes with a little bit of planning, right? How do I do this? How am I going to handle it? Do we have to, this could be like up leveling in a connection where you're moving in together and there are all these logistics. So this is literally like my logistics, you know, chaos, mental chaos. It's tiny. It needs to be done, but it's actually not a big deal. It just appears bigger in our head. So apply as it fits, but definitely some change, some commitment to either to self or to another is what's in your heart space. And let's see, what is your soul calling you to see, to do? I feel like with this clover, like if you were to follow these nudges, like you'll feel all of a sudden like your luck turns, you know? It's a Jupiter energy. So we have the moon. Beautiful. Intuition. This is again my Pisces energy. So follow your intuition. And then this wanted to really jump out. Excuse me. This is the Three of Cups. So joy. Okay. At the end of the day, your soul really wants to be in a joyous connection, connecting with the right people, friends and family, stopping to smell the roses and not just work, work, work all the time. Again, another reference to stopping to smell Gaia. And there is Gaia again, Queen of Pentacles. So we probably have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn watching this this pile, but this again is somebody who's very abundant, very one with nature, takes care of themselves. Like you have the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles. This is crazy. So if you've been ignoring your own needs, and it doesn't have to be health, okay, like physical, it can be emotional and mental health. You know, are you letting that slide just in order to please other people? That's what needs to change. And with the Moon card showing up here, this is what lies beneath, okay? Underneath it all, you would know where you're not giving yourself enough time, and that's what you need. Your soul is kind of asking you to look at it and change it. You need to look after yourself in order to look for others, and just when you are healed, you'll be able to enjoy the moments with others as well. And look at that bottom of the deck, we have 10 of Cups, okay? Wish fulfillment, happiness, family, connections, friends, absolute happiness at the end of the day. But that will come when we also make room for ourselves. But yes, intellectually speaking, there may be elements that you're waiting on, which may be which may be causing a little bit of stress. That's okay. Focus on yourself and let the universe do its job, right? All right, so let's see what Archangel Oracle wants to come forward and give us a message for pile 2. Very, very grounding group, very grounded group, or it needs a lot of grounding. It goes both ways. All right, so let's see. We have spiritual understanding with Archangel Raziel. I am bringing you esoteric information and symbols and helping you understand spiritual truths. So this could go back to the intuition energy, the Moon, the Queen of Pentacles. You have the world ending old cycles. As I said, knowing in your heart of hearts what needs to change. You may see a lot of signs and symbols already. It is quite possible. So those are just like nudges from spirit, right? Just nudging you to go towards the direction that your soul really calls. Let me just do a quick check of numbers. You have a 3, a 3, a 3, and a 3. So there are like a lot of 3s in this group. So go check out my repeating numbers reading if you see a lot of 333s. There may be a message for you in there. I do like a mini read for each frequency as well. But overall, if you're seeing things over and over again, then it's usually a nudge from the universe, like, yes, you are on the right path. Stay committed to it. All right. Wish you much love and light. I hope you have a fabulous October. If you need a personal reading, it's listed here on the screen or in the description box below. I will see you in the next one. Have a great one. Bye for now. Hi, pile 3. This is for those of you who chose the 3rd card called the Indian Cross. Let me just show it to you again. This is the card you chose. Look at the imagery. It is number 2, which is all about balance. If you missed the intro or if you haven't seen any other pile, quickly, this is the Mystical Shaman Oracle deck. I rarely use it, but for some reason, Spirit wanted me to. Okay, so far the messages have been pretty deep, but also very fun. So, you know, sit tight, enjoy the ride, and without making it any more, you know, big or having a lot of momentum, you chose the most heaviest card of all. By heavy, I mean deepest card of all the 3 options. This is the Indian Cross, and what it really represents is literally, it's called the cosmology of the shaman. It represents the 4 cardinal directions. These are referred to as the steps or the ladders. So this is the upper dimension, the lower dimension, you know, steps up to ascension, steps down to the lower, the shadow world, and then this is literally the eye of the needle, okay, through which, you know, we're known to go through and kind of transcend all time, space, reality, okay, go through very high levels of awareness. So very spiritual group. A lot of ascension may be happening in this group, but I'll let you look at this and read you the invitation from the book for this message or for this card. The Indian Cross announces the start of a great journey. It's time to raise your gaze from the mundane day-to-day, that which until now has seemed beyond your grasp. Allow new wisdom to guide you and stop trying to make sense of it all before you respond with the resounding yes, okay? So again, this is about the great mysteries of the universe or the multiverse, whatever you believe in. There is a higher world, a lower world, there's ascension, there is, you know, undergoing through shadow aspects, healing that, and then ascending, all of that, okay? We don't need to understand it. We just need to say yes when the opportunity presents itself. Just be open to that experience, and it is a beautiful spiritual journey. Okay, so that's what we have for this group. Lucky pile 3. All right, now we're gonna get into our, and look at the sun is here. The sun is gonna clear away all the, you know, the nuances, the mice. Okay, so we're gonna do our mind, body, spirit spread. We'll look into your mental body, emotional body, and spiritually, what are you being called to do? So mentally, we have the house. Is that just one card? Yeah. So thinking about a home, we have a number 4, 4th house energy, also King of Hearts, which is, you know, a leader, which who really focuses on creating things from their heart space. Okay, so home and family, 4th house energies, maybe what you're thinking about, or it could literally just be like, you know, getting into real estate and becoming a property or real estate agent, something like that. But let's see what's in your heart space. We have the locket. Look at that. Love, cherishing, joy, connections, happiness overall. And then what's happening in your soul space? What is your soul ready for? Or what is your soul calling you towards? We have the clock tower. This is not the tarot tower. This is leveling up. Okay, so I'll talk you through this, but again, very, very good. Ascension. We said ascension, rising up. The clock tower in Lenormand really talks about protection. It talks about elevation, being in a very protective state, because literally we think of like us being at the top of the tower where we're really protected by the elements or from the elements, but can also literally mean leveling up in our life, in our careers, whichever areas of life. If you consider leveling up or moving to the next level, that's what your soul is ready for. Okay, so soul's ready for elevation. You're taking the steps to rise up. I can't wait to see. And then you have the stork at the bottom of the deck, which is all about new beginnings, newness, migration, changes, migration with the home. For again, somehow the moving energies keep coming up today. So let's see what we have with the house. Spirit, please help us understand or clarify the house energy. What are pile 3 thinking about? What is this house about? Maybe like I'm hearing, where do you feel at home? Hangman came out for the other pile too as the first energy. Is it just one? Yeah, so Hangman, feeling a little bit in limbo is what I'm hearing about. That's how I heard, where do I feel at home, right? Where do you feel at home? 9 of Swords, there is analysis paralysis here. What are the areas of life that are making you overthink? And honestly, if you're in the US and looking at the housing market, I don't blame you with this crazy 9 of Swords over here, because it is just crazy, at least in where I am. It's just nuts. So I don't blame you for that. Let's see, Spirit, what else? What else is happening in the mental body? Again, remember, these are general energies, only take what fits, and also these do not dictate your outcome. You do. Use the energies and don't let them use you, okay? This is what's available to you, and it's up to you how you want to use it. And then you have the major arcana, another one, 21, which is the Hanged Man. So you have, look at that, 1, 2, which is number 12, 1, 2, 2, 1. So you may be seeing 1, 2, 2, 1, or repeating 2s, or repeating 1s, or repeating 3s, okay? For all piles, a lot of repeating numbers have come out. So go check out my repeating numbers reading. There may be something special for you in there, some message for you that you need to hear. So in the mind space, I feel as I said, I still keep getting that message of like, where do you feel at home? And that's a big question for you at this time. It could literally be a home, a physical home that you're thinking through. But I feel it can also be about a connection. Like, are you in the right connection? Because we have the locket here, and locket also talks about love connections. You feel things are at a standstill at this point, which is causing a lot of chaos. Excuse the noise outside. But you know that you cannot sustain this, okay? With the world talks about ending old cycles and beginning new, walking through a completely new portal. Also a lot of sacred geometry here. So if you're drawn to, you want to just read up on sacred geometry, ooh, what's coming through for you is, do we have a 6 here? Let me just see. Yes, we do. So 3, 6, 9, if you want to just read up on the universal frequency of 369, your mind will be blown, because with the symbols showing up, for some of you, you may really enjoy learning about sacred geometry and universal frequencies. Look up Nikola Tesla 369 and you'll find a lot of videos on it. Some of you want to do that. That came through. So that's where you're at, and that's causing a little bit of sleepless nights. For some of you, literally waiting on something, things out of your control, but having the desire and the mental attitude of wanting to move and old cycles and start something new. So this could literally be a change of a profession, a change in a relationship status, or changing of homes. Could also be moving in, moving out with your family, because the house with number 4, the 4th house, also represents our parents. So stability around that, that may be changing for some of you, and that's kind of keeping you up at night. So let's see what is happening in your heart space with the locket. What's the locket about? We have the Page of Swords. So new ideas, new creativity, new spark. Okay, that's really good. It's very refreshing after this one. Very refreshing. What else, Spirit? We have the 9 of Cups. Yeah. You just want happiness at the end of the day. What brings you absolute wish fulfillment, contentment, satisfaction, fulfillment in life, and leaving behind things that, you know, seem disappointing, or things that you have passed that didn't quite come your way. So in your heart space, you know, there is, this is very, very positive. And again, give yourself a pat on the back for this, because with the 5 of Cups showing up here at the end, or for me, coming out last in the sequence, you know, there are still some remnants of past disappointments, okay? So there are some shadow aspects or things that we were disappointed about. Could be relationship, job, could be a promotion didn't come through, any of those spilled cups, right? That is still there, but kudos, because that is showing up last when we're looking at your heart space. The first goal that your heart is really geared towards is, what is my core happiness? How do I get there? Coming up with creative ideas and really focusing on ourselves and committing to loving ourselves. The locket is also, I said love, right? It can be love for ourselves as well. If it's in a relationship, it's again, really wishful fulfillment with this person, and just being very open to communication. Communication is going to be key. If some of you are getting into a new relationship, with the Page of Swords showing up here, pages can also be kids. I read them as kids. So you or them could have a child together, or while you're coming into and merging the families. But overall, the best thing about this would be very clear communication and very honest and truthful. But the pages are new, they're learning, okay? So very open to learning how to express ourselves, and that's going to bring a lot of joy and happiness over here. For those of you, of course, you know, if it is self-love, that's what you're really focused on, and which is really, really good thing to see over here, despite having some past disappointments. But I like how the disappointments take like a backseat here. This is very, very healthy. Okay, so what are we elevating? What is our soul ready to elevate on? What is this about? 10 of Wands, again, another ending all the burdens. We have the World Major Arcana also. So your soul literally wants you to move, drop the burdens where you've been, you know, really taking on more than you should, which is probably also causing this analysis paralysis. Be the leader, King of Pentacles. Take charge. You have worked hard. You have made it so far. It is time to enjoy the fruits of your labor. The king literally is the boss man or the boss woman sitting in the high tower. Okay, this is like having the high, you know, like in those traditional old school sitcoms where you have the, what is it called? The high floor, the office is in the highest floor. That's what this is. Your soul is ready to elevate and take the leadership role in your life. You've done enough, you've put enough, and you've taken a lot of responsibilities. It's time to put that down and focus on your own abundance. And another king shows up, King of Swords. So again, building the strategy, being the visionary, and just cutting out all the clutter. This king has also like had a lot of experiences, a lot of wisdom with the owl, the bats, the ravens, the dragonfly. I mean, there's so much symbolism on this card that talks about experiences of life. You've been through enough. You've gone up and down through the steps of, you know, the higher dimension and the lower dimensions. You gained a lot of wisdom. Now your soul is ready to make the life that you want and live in love. You have the Knight of Cups. So again, some of you are waiting on a love offer or waiting to propose. Good omen with the Knight of Cups and the locket showing up over here. Wow, beautiful. All right, so let's close out your reading with an Archangel Oracle message. These have been deep. I knew it with the mystical shaman, and they tend to be deep. So I hope you enjoyed it, and watch it again if you want to just get the messages a little bit, you know, clearer. You can watch it multiple times. And you have Archangel Chamuel saying, beloved one, I am helping you with your spiritual soulmate relationship. Ooh, that took a turn. So again, going back here, this could literally be another person, not just you. But again, as I was telling the other group also, we come to this earth in this one vessel, this body that we have, and we have to take care and love ourselves first before we can do anything else. Like if we are not even fulfilling the first mission of being a human being, how can we give to others? So that goes for some of you, but for those of you who are literally getting into or elevating into the next level of relationship, Archangel Chamuel is here to bless you in this connection. All right, so those are the messages I have for you. I will end your reading here. If you need a personal message or personal reading, the email is on the screen or in the description box. I will see you in the next one. Until then, wish you much love and light. Namaste. Bye for now.